our first rain. We had thunder before. It's awesome. I'm getting wet already, and you can't see anything. Yeah, we had thunder about 5 minutes ago. So this is awesome. I hope you can hear it. And my feet were getting wet. It did sound like we had hail, but it's just rain. Alright guys, we're going for another drive. It has been raining on and off last night and today. I've left just a little bit early to pick my daughter up from school because, as usual, our thunderstorms normally like to roll in right on pickup time. And yeah, like I never used to be scared of storms really, but over the last few years, you know, like they started getting quite rotten, as in scary, and I don't like driving in them. Now, yeah, in regards to phobias, I do kind of have a bit of a phobia now with lightning, which I never used to, but our lightning has been getting very, very, very frightening. So, yeah, you can probably expect a few of these videos from me through our spring and summer. And yeah, so I thought I'd just film so you can see the sky, and hopefully we might capture some interesting things. But yes, it is raining a little bit, and I didn't have time to even check the weather forecast. So yeah, but just to the right of me, the sky is, you know, a bit darker. But yeah, hang on, I'll flip the camera around and you can have a good view. Alright guys, so as I was flipping the camera around, there was a massive, oh, what do you call it? Lightning strike. You know, the one bolt that comes straight down to the ground. So hopefully it's not going to be a hairy, scary ride. I am really not comfortable driving in this kind of weather when we have these nasty storms coming through. So yeah, we'll see what we get here. I got caught in some really nasty storms last year where I was over an hour late to pick up my daughter from school because I just could not drive in it. It was so frightening, and it wasn't just one or two bolts coming down at a time. It was a whole row of them. Unbelievable stuff. So yes, I'm starting to get anxious. You can probably tell it in my voice. The anxiety is starting to come in now. So I'm going to do some breathing exercises, which is what I've been told to do when I'm feeling like this, just to help bring my heart rate down. Yeah, I love thunderstorms, so don't get me wrong on that. I am a thrill seeker, but in saying that, I don't like it when they're nasty. It just frightens the crap out of me. When I was living on the Gold Coast, it was like every single day at 2:30, the storms were rolling in, and so I'd leave, I'd go down, pick up my son from school, and then, you know, by about 4 o'clock we had the car packed, we jumped in, and we'd drive down to the really big bridge that was not too far from us, and it would just be full of cars down there. Everyone was just parking their cars there, you know, for safety from wind and flying debris, which, you know, happens, and also hail. So yeah, that was like a daily occurrence for us. Where we are now here in Bundaberg, it's not quite so bad. Yes, we do get the nasty storms, and yes, sometimes it can be day after day, but definitely not as much as what we were getting down on the Gold Coast. But in saying that, over the last few years, they have been getting, you know, more frequent. You can see here the sky's changed now. If I were to turn the camera and show you from where I was just coming from, yeah, it's a little bit worse down that way. So yeah, we'll probably cop a storm once we get home, I would say. Yeah, we quite often go out, you know, when we get really big rain, we go out, we go exploring, and we have some fun. So I'm hoping to be able to take you guys on some of these trips with me, or with us. Yeah, it'd be pretty awesome. Just gotta hope, you know, it doesn't rain that much that it floods. Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying doing these little driving trips with you, because I don't know, it makes me feel like I have company. So, you know, that's pretty awesome. I've done loads of little driving trips and filmed, you know, on my way, talking to you guys and that, and then I decide not to upload them because I think, oh well, who wants to watch that, or, you know, it's pretty boring for you guys. But it's actually good because yeah, I don't know, a bit of therapy for me, and also, I don't know, I think it helps maybe try and build that little bit of rapport with you guys, and I mean, that's important, isn't it? So yeah, I'm sorry, I forget to look at the actual camera lens, and my eyes are off everywhere else at the moment. I'm looking for lightning. So yeah, but yeah, awesome. I think my summer is going to be very, very busy in front of the video camera. Oh, just waiting now. I've got about 20 minutes to wait. I just didn't want to have to drive. I'm just glad I only seen that one really big bolt of lightning. Oh crikey, I remember when I was living on the Gold Coast. See, my parents were living up here at that time, and living on the Gold Coast, and I used to jump in the car, like some nights, you know, in the middle of the night, I would just decide, you know, I couldn't sleep, and I'd just decide, right, that's it, I'm going to go visit mum and dad. And I'd pack up the car, I'd get my son out of bed. My daughter wasn't born then. Get my son out of bed, you know, it might be like 2 o'clock in the morning, jump in the car, and then I'd drive up there, and, you know, by 8:30 in the morning we'd be there. Back then I was in much better shape health-wise, so I was able to drive the long distances in, you know, a much shorter time, and I'd only stop once, have a quick cup of coffee, and then I was off again. I can't quite do that now. I've got to stop constantly, yeah, due to my body. But anyway, yeah, and yeah, this one particular time, which stands out the most, we were driving along, and it was like we had to leave. We weren't ready to leave, but we had to get in the car because the storm was coming. It was upon us, and if I had have held off another 20 minutes, we wouldn't have been able to go. It was one heck of a storm. Anyway, it was driving along, the storm was behind us, and it was frightening, as we could see all the lightning coming down all over the place behind us, and the sky was so dark you couldn't see. Driving, I was doing 10 kilometers. Well, everybody was doing 10 kilometers along the freeway because you couldn't see the car in front of you. Honestly, it was that bad. The rain was so heavy, it was so windy, and here we were driving along, and the next minute a bolt of lightning came right, you know, right next to the car, like what happened today. And except it literally hit something, and you know, when it goes bang, like so loud, it deafens you. And oh, I just screamed, and I couldn't drive anymore. You know, I had to pull over, and it was I didn't know how long from that point I was going to have to stay just parked, you know, where I could park. Yeah, but I mean, we got through it. Thank goodness we got through it. But the storm, I mean, it caught up with us. That's the problem. See, it caught up with us, and then it overtook us, and we were literally driving in it, which is what I didn't want to happen. Yeah. Look, if I didn't have kids and I had a partner who was a thrill seeker and loved storms, then I would actually be a storm chaser, because I don't know, as much as they frighten me, they also excite me, and my adrenaline just starts pumping, you know. So yes, that's what I'd either be a storm chaser. Well, I'd probably do both. I'd be a storm chaser in the summer, and then through the rest of the year I'd probably travel around Australia and save the whales. Yes, that's what I would love to do. Obviously I can't do that because my body can't do it. So at least it's not raining real heavy. It is raining, but it's not heavy. Now, as usual, with this kind of weather upon us, the really thick heaviness of the sky, I've got a headache. So, you know, like, it's pretty thumping. It's funny because whenever we're getting a storm, or this kind of weather, I tend to get a really heavy head, a thumping headache, you know, all that kind of stuff. And going back to the spiders, the funny thing with that is it's normally about 3 days before the spider is actually seen, I feel them. You know, like my body feels them. And you know, I was discussing this with my mum the other day, that because I'm so frightened of them, I'm probably really sensitive to them. So I don't know what it is, guys, but I just feel them. I know, and it's always about 3 days, and I know that there's a spider. You know, my eyes are all over the place, you know, looking for, you know, something, which of course happened again the other week. Oh yeah, and what I forgot to say in that video too was they do travel in pairs. So you've normally got the man and then the woman. God help me if I have a female spot. You would not want to watch that video. I don't even think I would film that one, because that is another story. Yeah, I mean, the males, they're big, but the females, oh my goodness, they're much bigger, and their bodies are huge. Like, they are really fat and solid, and 100 times uglier than the big males, if you can imagine that. And they're bad enough, yeah, especially when you have phobias about them. Anyway, guys, my daughter will be out shortly, so yeah, I will catch you shortly. So welcome to our wet season. Yeah, where we live is really dusty, so my windows are always dusty. Hoping we'll get a really good bit of rain so that give my car a wash. That's what happens when you live in a rural town. Ooh, did you see that? Bit of fault lightning there. Whoa! Did you see that? Holy crap, I'm glad I'm home. Oh, jeez. That was pretty.